which is a transition from a downward facing dog into like a almost like a flipped bridge. So I just want to do a couple poses to strengthen and also prepare you for able to improve your wild thing or flip dog. So I'm going to invite you all to come down to your mat. We're going to actually start today off laying down onto our backs. And you can just come into whatever feels comfortable for you. You can have your knees bent. You can have your knees extended nice and long. You can have your hands by your side. And just take a moment here, maybe just kind of wiggle yourself out. Maybe just pick up that right toe, point it. And then just let it lower down, really extending it as long as possible. Same thing with the left. Push it up and lower it down. Nice and controlled. Squeezing the glutes, so just a little squeeze of the glutes, and maybe just let your body lift and elevate off of the mat just an inch, a centimeter, and then just lower all the way back down, nice and slow. Wiggle yourself out. Bring your awareness to your belly button, so squeeze that core nice and tight. Really, really focus on drawing up, lower belly, and then up from the top of the chest, and then around, really pulling into the center of your core, and then pushing that core all the way down towards the mat. So nice and engaged abdominals there. And then squeezing both your hands just into fists. Really, really just feel the heat begin to rise in those fists. Lift up the arms slightly. Really squeezing here. Take a deep breath in. And then just let your hands come all the way back down towards the floor. Let them relax. Maybe wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Squeezing your shoulders, so we're just going to squeeze the shoulders up towards the ears. Tight, 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 tight. Taking a deep breath here, inhaling. And then just let your shoulders make their way all the way back down towards the floor. And then with your face, go ahead and squeeze your face tightly towards that nose. Taking a deep breath here, inhale. And then just relaxing that face completely. And just taking a few breaths here. Allowing your body to completely relax. And just let the outside stuff fade away into the here and now, present moment. You, your body, your breath. And place your hands on your belly. Let's take a couple breaths here. Really, as you inhale, feel those hands lift up towards the sky as the belly swells beneath. And then as you exhale, draw that belly button down towards the spine. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, belly button expands. And exhale it out. One more big belly breath, inhaling. And exhale it out. And then place your hands on your chest. Take a couple breaths here into the chest. So as you inhale, feel that heart lift up towards the sky. And then exhaling. Chest falls down, back down towards the floor. 2 more breaths just like that, inhaling, chest lifts. Exhale out, nice and slow. One more breath into that chest, expanding it as much as you can. And exhale out. And then just let the hands fall back down besides the body, just taking a full deep breath here. Exhale out. Beautiful. We'll just begin to warm up the body so you can begin to wiggle the toes, wiggle the hands. And just reach those arms up above the head. Give yourself a big wake up stretch. Oh. And then let's go ahead and bring those hands beside your body, and we're going to bend the knees. Okay, so feet are about hip distance apart. Feet are just going to come maybe just 2 inches between your glutes and the heel. And so we're just going to start off by just gently lifting the hips. So just squeezing the glutes, squeezing the core. Go ahead and just lift up, push that pelvis up towards the sky. Press into the feet, rolling up onto the shoulder blades. Okay, so don't move your head. Keep it looking up towards the ceiling. And just see if you can just lengthen that neck out a little bit more, so you can get a little bit more space there. Beautiful. Once again, squeeze the core, squeeze the glutes, and see if you can just lift up a little bit higher. This is going to make you come onto that neck, the upper shoulders. And just maybe taking 2 breaths here. And then slowly rolling down. And as you roll down, make sure you can hit each vertebrae of the spine onto the mat as you lower. And let's go ahead and do that twice more. Inhaling, lifting up. See if you can come a little bit higher this time, and maybe roll the shoulders underneath. So this is going to allow you to get up a little higher. Some of you guys may be able to interlace those fingers. That's fine, or just leave your hands where they are. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the core, lift up a little higher, start to warm up that lower body. And then slowly lower down. So just massaging that spine all the way down towards the mat. And then this time just let the knees just kind of go over to the right side. And then lift the knees up and let them go over to the left side. Okay, so we're going to do that pose one more time. So pressing into the feet, lifting up the hips, lift, roll up onto the spine. Okay, if you've got that interlace, roll those shoulders underneath, interlace those fingers, push into those arms, and really lift up a little bit higher. Maybe even tuck that chin in towards the chest. You've got this nice connection between the heart and the head. Those knees and the same in line with the feet. Don't let them kind of bulge out or bulge in. Nice, strong. And then just take 3 breaths here, final breaths. Maybe give this pose all you got here. And last breath in. And then you're going to undo your hands, and then once again slowly roll all the way back down towards your glutes. Once you get that tailbone, release the shoulders. Maybe just kind of bop yourself up and down a couple times. And then we're going to draw the knees into the chest. So just draw one knee, draw the other knee, and just kind of massage out that lower back for a few minutes. So we're going to roll onto our right side. Take a deep breath here, inhaling. And exhale, go ahead and slowly come up into a seated position. And then we're going to come onto our hands and our knees into a tabletop position. So in our tabletop, we're going to spread our fingertips as wide as we can, lower them down, and let those shoulders just in line with those hands. Nice flat back, head in line with that tailbone. And we're just going to begin with cat-cow. So just simply dropping the belly down and then just lifting the head up to the ceiling. Roll the shoulders back. Take a couple breaths here. And then we're going to draw the belly button nice and tight, and we're going to pull it up towards the ceiling, tucking the chin into the chest, arching the back. Take a couple breaths. And then I'm just going to invite you to just go through these two poses at your own pace. So just close your eyes and just really feel that spine move up and down. So this is really just kind of creating movement, getting the body all warmed up. Beautiful. Maybe give me a couple open mouth exhales. So inhaling. And then just 2 more. Exhale it out. And last one in. Exhale out. Beautiful. Coming into a tabletop position, we're going to work on a little bit of balance, because you do need a little bit of balance in Wild Thing. So we're going to lift that right arm out in front of us, and we're going to extend that left foot back behind us. So make sure you're in a nice straight line. Squeeze the glute. Beautiful. Holding here, draw belly button nice and tight. Take a deep breath in. And then go ahead and exhale. We're going to draw elbow to knee. So just squeeze the elbow towards the knee and just lift up slightly. And then exhale, push out. Nice. So nice and controlled, nice and steady. 2 more. Bring it in. Squeezing. Elbow to knee, lifting up. Draw belly button tight. Exhale, push out. Nice. 1 more. Inhale, bring it in. And then exhale out. Beautiful. So holding here, what we're going to do is just slightly go off to the side. So it's just a little movement. Your right hand is just going to go to the right corner of your mat. Your left foot is going to go to the left corner of your mat. So you're just moving it out towards the side, staying balanced, and then bring it in. So just a little movement, but really controlled. Okay, 2 more, out to the side. And you can go as far as your body lets you here. Beautiful. Last one, out to the side. And bring it back. Beautiful. Drop the hand, drop the knee. So we're going to make circles here. So your head is going to go in one direction and your hips are going to go in the other. So you're kind of creating like an hourglass shape almost with the body. Loosening up. Always a little stiff on a Monday. And then switching directions, so head goes in one direction, hips in the other. Okay, and then coming back into your neutral spine, draw belly button nice and tight. We're going to do the other side. So left arm is going to extend, right foot is going to reach behind you. So get yourself nice and steady at first, reaching in opposite directions, hand and toe. Lock belly button nice and tight, stay lifted. Okay, 3 breaths here as we work through our crunches. Inhale brings us in, draws knee to knee, elbow. And then exhale, push out, strong, strong, strong. Beautiful, keep going. Exhale out. Beautiful, last one, in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale, extend out. Beautiful, so we're gonna just do that little movement. Left hand, left corner of the mat, right foot, right corner. So we're just gonna kind of come out towards the side, staying in our tabletop, and then bring it back. Beautiful, stay lifted, stay in line. 2 more, out to the side. And bring it back. Nice and controlled there. Last one, out to the side. And bring it back, beautiful. Nice and slowly dropping a hand, dropping your knee. Okay, so we're gonna warm up those hips. You need to have a nice open hip to be able to do our Wild Thing. So just coming into our tabletop position, go ahead and just lift that left knee just up slightly, and then we're gonna just open it up to the side like a fire hydrant, and then close it again. So just do 2 more of these. So nice and controlled. You're just squeezing that hip up. Like a doggy pee. And then exhale, roll down. So this makes, you have to be nice and steady in the other parts of the body, right? Keep connected with those hands up and lower. Okay, and then so now what we're gonna do is circle that hip. So just lift it up, inhale, and then just make a little circle. So gently here. So this is just warming up. You wanna make little tiny circles. Just draw the belly button tight. There you go. One more, and then we'll switch directions. You're gonna feel this in that right glute. And then switch directions. Just basically just lubing up, warming up those hip joints. Right? You may feel some pops and clicks. It's completely normal. Keep control of that core though. Stay balanced in the hips. Last circle. There you go, and then lower it all the way down. Beautiful. Go ahead and just extend out that right foot. Lower the toe down and just push back. Just a nice stretch there in that leg. Beautiful. So we're going to do the other side. So coming into that tabletop position, right? Slightly pull that right knee just in towards the body and open and close. So just a nice little out to the side and then close. So really work on pressing into all 10 fingers and keeping that core nice and strong, nice and controlled. It's going to help that movement, right? So it's not just one muscle, it's everything working together. Last one, lift it up. And you may notice too, like difference in your hips, right? One side may be a little easier to move than the other. So go ahead and pull that knee up. We're gonna make circles. So just kind of whatever direction you start off in, doesn't matter, just nice circles with the knees. Try to get as circly as you can, like as good of a circle as you can here. And that tends to kind of turn into all different types of shape. This is good work here. Beautiful. Last one, and we'll switch directions. Beautiful, and then circling the other way. Take that breath as your body's starting to heat up. Bring it back to that breath, in and out. And the last one. Beautiful. Lower that knee down. Go ahead and extend that left foot out. Lower that toe down and just push into that heel. Take a breath here. Beautiful. So nice and warm here. Okay, so we're going to come into our downward facing dog. So we're getting close here. So lifting up the hips up towards the sky. Take a few moments in your downward facing dog. It's the morning. You want to kind of let your body warm up a little bit. So shake out that head, yes and no, right? Shake out the shoulders. Really spread the fingertips. Beautiful. Pedal the feet if you need to. Really explore the bottoms of the feet there. Beautiful. Go ahead and lift up onto the tippy toes with that. Exhale, lower all the way down. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and shift forward. We'll just do a nice little baby sun salutation, shifting forward into a plank, building up a little heat here, drawing navel nice and tight. Beautiful. You can drop down to your knees, release those toes, and then just wrap those elbows so they face towards that lower body, lower the chest down. Beautiful. Roll the shoulders back, draw core, draw glutes, and just gently curl that spine up. Just a little movement up. Draw the elbows tight, lift the chest, lift the heart, and then lower down. Let's do that 2 more times. Really just warming up that spine. One more time, curling up. Maybe pushing up a little higher here, squeezing, opening up the heart. And lower down. One last time. Taking whatever expression you want to do in this pose. Inhale, coming up. And lowering down. Beautiful. Tucking the toes, pushing into the hands. Let's come up, downward facing dog. Okay, so we're going to practice a little 3 dog action, which is needed for our wild thing. So lifting up that left hand, go ahead and see if you can come towards that right ankle. So you're literally bringing that hand from here towards that right ankle, and you can grab hold of wherever you want to do. I find that kind of like the outside of the legs. So what this is doing is making you into a 3-legged dog. So you've got 3 points of focus and you've got a nice twist. Right, so the more you kind of look underneath that right elbow, you're twisting that upper body. Okay. Take a couple breaths here. Really focus on the balance, right? The balance of the 3 points. Beautiful. One last breath here. And then we'll come back and we'll do the other side. Okay, so that right hand is going to come back towards that left ankle calf. Okay, so twisting, really squeeze that core in, staying balanced. Beautiful, one last breath here, inhale. Exhale, come back, downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and just walk those hands towards the feet towards the hands. Give yourself a nice forward fold here, shake out the head. Maybe grab the elbows, rock side to side. Let those hands come back down towards the floor. Go ahead and inhale, halfway lift, squeeze. Bring those hands by your side, nice straight, flat back. And then just go ahead and fold all the way back down. You can bend the knees if you want. One last time. And then we're just going to walk back into our downward facing dog. You're just going to walk back into your dog, inverted V. And just take a moment here. We're gonna bring that right foot into the center, and we're gonna lift that left leg up towards the sky. So you're another 3-legged variation of your dog. And so just maybe circle that ankle a couple times. And circle it the other way. Beautiful. And so again, you've got that kind of triangle shape there, right? So that's gonna really help with anything that you do in balance. It's just kind of keeping that triangular shape. So go ahead and bend that knee, and so that you're gonna get a nice hip opening here. And so give it a couple circles, just like we did earlier. You're just circling that hip around. So this is really, really important for just keeping those joints flexible. It's quite challenging, moving a lot of your body around here. Okay, and then switch directions. And then go ahead and lower it all the way down. You can come in through a vinyasa if you want, or just, you can even rest. Just take a moment to kind of readjust yourself. And when you're ready, coming back into your downward facing dog. Bringing that left foot into the center, right leg comes up towards the ceiling. Circle the ankle. Both directions. Beautiful. Again, we're going to bend that knee and then circle it. So keeping all 10 fingers glued towards the mat, equal distance. And then switching directions. Keep control of that core. And last one. Beautiful. Dropping that foot down. Go ahead and come to your knees and extend those arms out. Take a rest. Take a moment here. And then we're just going to come onto our back. So just let yourself flip over onto your back. There's just one final pose I want us to get just kind of in our memory so that we can really get into that wild thing. So we're going to come into a wheel pose. So this is kind of an advanced pose. So just make sure that if you maybe need a little help with this, that maybe you just come into that bridge that we did earlier in class. Those of you who are working and have a bridge practice in your pose, go ahead and join me. So we're gonna come here, we're gonna bring our hands by our shoulders. We're gonna really spread our fingers out wide, keeping the elbows nice and tucked. Feet about hips distance apart. And what we're gonna do here, we're gonna squeeze our core. We're gonna push up into those hands, maybe come onto the top of our head, readjust our hands if we need to, and then push our bodies up. So we're creating this beautiful shape here. And so this is kind of eventually what we're gonna get to in our wild thing. So you just wanna make sure that you're comfortable in this pose. So we'll hold it for maybe 3 or 4 more breaths. If it's too much, come back down. Make sure you're even too, so you're kind of evenly distributing the weight between the hands and the feet. One last breath here. And then slowly let yourself down, slowly to your head. And then just letting yourself come down nice and slowly. Draw those knees into the chest. Draw that head in towards the knees. Rock and roll, stay here. Counter pose. And then slowly let that head come back down towards the floor. We're going to let our feet drop down. Go ahead and come back onto that side. Lifting up. We're going to make our way back into our tabletop position. Okay. You guys ready for the grand finale? So make sure you have space either side. You don't want to be like crashing into a wall or crashing into somebody else. So come up into your 3-legged dog. Or sorry, your downward facing dog. Come into your downward facing dog. And then from here, you're going to bring that left foot into the center. So I just really enjoy, I think that teaching that 3-point of balance is going to really help you steady your pose here. Lifting that right leg up towards the sky. And so what we're going to do is we're going to bend that knee. So we're getting this big stretch. It's going to feel great on those hips. And what you can do is you can kind of peek around underneath that left elbow and look at that toe and say hi. And then what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be flipping our dog. So very carefully, we're just going to keep that toe going in the same direction as it's going. And what's going to happen is we're going to flip ourselves over. Our toe is going to land, and then we're going to push our body up towards the sky. So this is our wild thing. Our hand can come down, any expression you want. So it's a nice opening. You should feel really strong here. A lot of balance there on that left hand. And then to come out of the dog, you kind of, same way you came in, you kind of tilt your body back and lift that leg back up to the sky. Give it a good shake out. Lower it down. Beautiful. Okay, walking the hands towards the feet, feet towards the hands. Give yourself a good forward fold, bend the knees, shake up the head. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Beautiful. And then let's go ahead and come back into our downward facing dog for the other side. Okay, so nice downward facing dog, nice inverted V. Okay, right foot comes into the center. Left leg comes up towards the sky. Beautiful. Bend that knee. So just nice. This right here is just kind of, honestly, a great, if you can't quite get into your flip, just staying here is gorgeous. And then so when you're ready for it, right, your toe is going to go into the direction of the floor. And as you do so very slowly, right, you're going to kind of pivot that right foot around. Left toe is going to find the floor. Kind of bend yourself and then push up. Open up that heart. Big smile. And then one last breath here. And then nice and slowly, the same way you came in, right? So just bending, place that hand down, pivot, leg comes up towards the sky, shake it out. There you go. Lower that foot all the way down. Go ahead and just come to our knees. Release down, walk those hands forward.
rest that forehead down, and then just bring those hands towards those toes. Let the shoulders relax here. Beautiful, good work. And then slowly we'll just let our hands come down towards the mat, slowly pushing yourself up. Nice and slowly. And then we'll just turn our body around and we're just going to lay down just for the final part of class. Just how we started in this full circle here. Just letting the body completely absorb everything that you've just done. It's super important to keep Shavasana in the practice. To rest, to feel. And then just closing class, we'll just place our hands on our belly. Just give 3 big breaths here. So inhaling, feeling that belly swell up. So let those fingertips come back down towards the mat. And then begin to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Reaching the arms above the head. Give yourself a big, long stretch. Fingertips all the way down to the toes. And then just letting yourself come onto the side. And then we'll just push ourselves up nice and slowly. And closing the eyes. Big breath in through the nose. Expanding the chest. Expanding. And then a big exhale out. Reaching arms above the head. And hands to heart center. Thank you for taking time to honor your mind, body, spirit, and soul. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for practicing with me online. Again, if you have any yoga questions, I'd love to answer them. Thank you guys once again for joining, and hope to see you next week.